potentially we have to go up further one of these particular routes. So let's try that. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on now. This is frustrating. Okay, at least we've made this. Aha! This is what needed to happen. Give me this life. Oh, we got this life before. That was very silly of us. Okay. I think it's potentially slightly dismissive. And I realize also now that I've been talking about this for so long that probably I'm going to want an episode break somewhere in here. So I just have to trust that you're in fact so... Oh, there. You're so interested in what I have to say about Red Dead Redemption 2 that it's going to bring you back to the next episode. Probably not the most effective cliffhanger of all time, but it's, you know, it's the situation we find ourselves in. I think to the opinion that video games that achieve the maximum verisimilitude are by nature better than those that don't is, I think, potentially dismissive of the potential. I feel like I've said potential way too many times now. Of the potential that video games have as a medium and as an art form. And potentially is, you know, it just seems to be something of a simplification. Here's where we need to use the map fragment. Something of a simplification of what the medium is actually kind of trying to do and indeed capable of. And I think there's an implicit there's an implicit statement being built in there that video games that do not achieve that level of verisimilitude are somehow lesser for it. And I resent that a little bit, if I'm honest. Usually we need to use these smashy monkeys to do something for us. So let's... Because I'll be honest, I was so focused on getting up past that laser thing that the fact that that is now the wrong way to go has stumped me. It's genuinely stumped me. Okay, we've explored this whole area, and that is all a closed system. So it must be... This is the only way, this is the only route that we have, is to go up. Isn't it? Is that our soul link? That's our soul link. Interesting. Okay. I mean, I suppose we could go down and explore. It's possible that actually what we need to do is go and unlock a new ability and then get back here. Nope. Nope. Of course, I've forgotten entirely about the fact that there was a stone here. And that's on me. I pushed the stone thinking that in fact the point of the stone was simply just to make these spinning axe things more difficult to overcome. Of course, that's not the case at all. The stone is... That's going to hurt me. That's fine. I survived. The stone is, of course, to allow you access to the rest of the stage. That's my bad. That is my bad. Well, Ori brought light and hope to the forest. Others gave in, embraced darkness and fear. I mean, that thing's actually kind of adorable. A Gumon from the forlorn ruins. We must follow his steps. We must get what he stole. Without the water vein, the Ginzo tree is closed shut. That sucks. That really sucks. This feels like a... This was like an ideal place to make a save. And... I mean, we have 44 minutes here. My plan is just to record like a large chunk and sort of split it up. So, you know, I hope you're of the opinion that intros and outros to every episode of this Let's Play are not integral, because you're not going to be getting them. But potentially, if I haven't made an episode break thus far, this will be where I'll make one. This feels like an ideal spot, probably. Potentially, that's kind of behind the scenes stuff that I really didn't need to discuss with you. But of course, we're also, you know, in the business of trying to minimize dead air. That's just the basics of good radio. Now, of course, I'm not asserting that this is what qualifies as good radio. But, you know, it can't hurt to at least try. To make this as engaging as possible. These things are a nuisance. I do find them to be quite terrifying. We're going to take this. We've escaped with our lives, which is always a good thing. We're going to save the game here. We have an ability point as well. Improves the radius and damage of the charge flame. You know, we're actually just going to get this. It just feels like one of those quality of life things that probably is just worth having. And we'll save again just so we... Based on the general cadence of the game, I feel pretty confident that we're going to get a new ability unlocked fairly soon. And we're going to have to... Okay. Can somebody come and shoot at me, please? I believe... Unless I can... Nope, I can't. So... I don't appear to be able to do that either. Now, of course, I believe we need... Ah, here we are. So you... I assume reveal... What's going on here? No, I thought that perhaps he would reveal another purple blob thing. Can we make this jump? Yes, we can. So we're going to be going into the swamp now, it would appear. And this always feels like an excuse to make a soul link, doesn't it? Oh, we can't go up. Okay, I understand. We can't use a charge flame to get through there. We need some kind of enemy, potentially a smashy monkey, in order to open that particular path. There we go. That's what I thought was going to happen. That reveals that, and then another one is revealed to open. This one is, you know, it's a sequence. It's a sequence. And then you, of course, are able to break that open. Thank you very much. I like that element of this game, actually. I do like the element of you know, using the enemies as kind of utility in the puzzles. Yep, that was good timing. Okay. I think there's a part of me that just assumes, based on how video games tend to work, that whenever we get one of those, that's bad. Whenever we get one of those kind of little cutscene type things, that the game auto saves. And I didn't manage to jump away. I didn't press the jump button, was the problem there. And, you know, it kind of does me in a little bit, because actually it's important to remember to create the soul link and stop your progress from being undone. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I like that. You know, you use the enemy's abilities against them. Or not against them, but in order to sort of make use of them. In order to traverse the levels. This appears to be a pretty standard Tomb Raider-esque timing puzzle. I actually meant to cling, of course, onto the wall there, like so. Interesting. Can we get that? I don't think we need it. We're fine. We will manage without it. We can't make that jump. That's fine. You see, we're coming across a lot of situations like this where there's a jump that's just out of our reach, which makes me think that the double jump ability is not far away. Although potentially the bash ability is the next one. I, of course, cannot remember the order of the abilities that you unlock, but a double jump ability being unlocked in a Metroidvania game is pretty expected, I would say. I mean, one complaint you might have with this game, and probably it's a fair one, although I would also argue that it's probably a pretty fair complaint about the majority of Metroidvania games, is that the abilities themselves are not hugely original. You know, you're kind of getting the standard Metroidvania suite. A couple of traversal things, a couple of combat things. Yep. Now, it is interesting. You're right. It was an interesting choice of me to ignore literally where the game telegraphs for you to go. I mean, literally, Ori said to me earlier, not Ori, the light sign said to me earlier, we must follow his steps. He said this, of course, about the Goumont. And then what I did was watch where Goumont went. And went somewhere else. However, he has baited me. I do feel fully debated. You see, I mean, very, as I say, very Tomb Raider-esque in terms of these environmental hazards. See, again, I mean, it's always worth making a soul link. More than anything, just so you don't have to watch these, albeit very brief, little cutscenes. You know, I would say that generally I'm a person that likes to have control of the game for the most amount of time possible. You know, I'm not of the opinion that any sort of cinematic in a game is bad. You know. Of course not. I'm a big fan of the Metal Gear Solid series, for example, which is, it really takes cutscenes to a whole another level. But yeah, generally speaking, I prefer to have control of the game at all times, if possible. Games are meant to be played, after all. Okay, I couldn't quite make that one. I'm actually gonna go and get the energy crystal thing that I saw just there, I think. And we've also seen now that there is another direction we can go. But I want to go and get this map fragment and put it into Gumo's map. It's always helpful to have. Yep, I understand. I've done this before. You actually don't need to necessarily stop and tell me what a map fragment is every single time. Okay. This appears to be what they call the critical path. I'm gonna... This is what I think I'm gonna do. I think I'm gonna use my charge shots. You know, he telegraphs where he's gonna come out, so it doesn't seem too difficult to just sort of simply... In fact, by telegraphs where he comes out, of course he comes out underneath you. Okay, my energy's now run out, so there's no charge shots available. So we're just gonna have to now... just mash the light attack. And that's going to give us a keystone. So, yeah, that was alright, wasn't it? It wasn't too hard. Okay, here we go. Back up here. Oh, no. That was a mistake. At least it does automatically save after... I suppose you would consider that to be a boss fight, wouldn't you? That's what we'd call that in gaming parlance. And we're going to save here just for, just really for convenience. And of course we want to get whatever that is. And we're through. You know, not too bad. Okay, we've got a Smashy Monkey, and as always, we're interested in whether or not the Smashy Monkey is just merely an enemy, an obstacle of sorts, or actually has some use as well. I think what we're going to do is actually going to get this on the way down, because that's not... Of course, that's not what I was trying to do. Let's have a think about. My thought was that we can get that on the way down, and then we can actually sort of cling to the wall and stall for time. Would you please abstain from such behaviour? You're not making this any easier than you're not making this very easy, is what I'm trying to say. I thought that we would get it. I must have been very close to the hitbox, as it were, required in order to pick up that keystone. That's a problem. Again, also a problem, but, you know, it's okay. We've managed to figure it out. And we've got the energy, which is really what we wanted. And we're actually going to make... We're gonna defeat these enemies first, because I think it makes the most sense to do this once and then save, rather than, you know, saving and then having to defeat the enemies every single time. That would be quite annoying. So we're going to grab this. And we've got that keystone. And we've died again.